Good morning, everyone. My name is Doforce, and today I'm going to be replaying one of my videos that I lost on a rank match. And the reason I'm going over this particular video is because I want to see what I'm doing wrong to better improve myself. Now, the point of this video is mostly for myself because I want to get to Masters and then to Grandmasters. So it's better if I look at what I'm doing wrong. Now, I might I can't say the words. I'm using this. You know what I mean. I might look at other players and see what they're doing, but for the most part, this video is mostly about me and what I'm doing wrong. Instead, focus on that. I don't want to critique too much other players, but I'll see if I do see something wrong. But for the most part, this video is just focusing on me to get better. With that being said, let's get right into the video. But before we actually get into the video, don't forget to follow me on mixer.com/dualforce, where I am also doing keto, so that is a topic if anybody's interested in. I am also doing and if you could leave we'll get at the end of the video on that part. So let's just start it up. So let me see, where did I leave this? Oh, I'm kind of far actually. I'm playing DPS for the most part, so let me get more into
the sight of one of my finest kills.
I don't think I've picked yet. Nope.
I felt alive.
I haven't picked yet. So let's increase the time. There I am. I'm jumping quite a lot actually.
Defend objective A.
Now, I do want to note that this is like my second time watching this video because the first time I did the video got corrupted. But I'm going to recap on it because I wanted to double check that I didn't miss anything else besides the stuff that I noticed last time. So for this particular video, just for this one, this is my second time watching it, so my reaction is going to be a little bit different than what it would be if I started from the first time. So I'm right here. Now, I want to note one thing. I'm currently at the low diamond rank. One thing I started to do is pick McCree for this particular map, just because I noticed that Hanzo's, McCree's, and any other types of DPS from the opposing team, as soon as my team pushes forward, I always tend to notice that enemy team always pokes from here. So I made a habit of picking McCree so I can stun and hammer fan anybody that comes through here. But when I watched this video, when I was watching this last time and the first time I played this, I noticed I saw an Ana from a distance, and I also used this to go around and try to kill people. But I noticed I make a particular mistake on this one, so let's play it and we'll see. So right here was my problem. So right here is where I make the mistake. Right here, I push forward, but right here is where I make the mistake. I could have gone through the second door. I could have gone through this door, right here. And I could have peeked the Ana better. Because I got tunnel vision and I started to go right for her. She noticed me right off the bat. Or she probably could have noticed me earlier. But the point is, I decided to tunnel vision this particular area and then I decided to rush in. And unbeknownst to me, the Hanzo had already detected I was going through there. But the smartest decision I could have made was come through this door. This door gives me better cover from both angles. But what I do here is I tunnel vision the Ana. And right there, I jumped into the room. I jumped out of the room. I exposed myself all through the whole. Exposed myself for like a small return. Like if I got the Ana, perfect. But I could have also tried to gain it from this, and if I failed, I could have backed up. Because I committed to something that I wasn't not really going to benefit too much, because she was already backing up. Hanzo's got an eye on me. This is not a good trade for me. If they kill me right here, they benefit more than I would benefit, because then my team is down to DPS. Luckily for me, the stun gets both the Hanzo and the Ana. And I ended up killing the Hanzo. Now this does force a res, and I ended up dying. Now, regardless of what happens here, the point is my team's gonna lose. And I could have benefited way more if I had not committed like that. Because I also die, I also don't get as much ult charge as everybody else. Like, look at me, I'm like the lowest in ult charge when I could be the highest. So that's my fault right there. Now, I believe I go for a second time, but this time I make sure I go more left. And there the Hanzo sees me again. He actually hits me. But because I did not fully commit this time, I'm able to back out. I'm able to back out and force a Hanzo ult. The Hanzo's trying to kill me. Now, Hanzo threw away his ult right there thinking he can get me. Luckily, we all dodge it. Right here, I make another mistake. Oh god, I wish I could turn that sound off so badly. Can I? Let's turn this off for right now. Just, we don't need it. It's really annoying. Okay. Now, see, right here we engage very poorly, or I engage very poorly. Now, right here. Right here. This is perfect for me. I have vision of the enemy. I have vision all around. I can fall back behind this line. I can fall behind the cart. Now, what I end up doing here is I get super tunnel focused because I'm trying to help my Ryan win the Ryan fight. So I'm thinking, oh, I could run up to him and stun grenade. But look at his health. All I really need to do is just apply heavy pressure. I don't need to commit as much because I'm better at range. I shouldn't be committing that much. And I do commit that much. I get super close and look, I get Anna bombed. I didn't have to be there. I could have just been right here. But I'm so tunnel focused that I get punished for it. And I ended up dying. I could have lived. Now, granted, we probably still would have lost that fight regardless, but I still could have benefited by being right here and doing more poke damage. Now, I could have died later and still had more ult charge, which would give me value for the next round. Instead, I died early and it got up to 72%. So that's my fault right there. And then my Zarya ends up dying. Even if I stalled, maybe my Zarya could have walked away. Actually, yeah, if I had stayed back there, my Zarya probably could have escaped while they killed me, leaving Zarya to leave here with a higher chance of living while holding on to like her 80 or 60 charge. She looked like she was really hard charged, to be honest with you. So me throwing my life right there and being super aggressive was a big mistake on my part. So what else? I noticed I also I jump a lot. It's another bad habit. I should really focus on, because when you jump at a higher tier, like high plat, especially like masters, if you jump a lot, you're so predictable where you're gonna land that people tend to punish you for it. So I have noticed in this video I jump a lot even when I don't have to. So I do have a nasty habit of jumping. I can't tell if that's helping me aim better by looking at this footage, but I do jump quite a lot. Now right here I get pretty lucky and I don't get in the ult. I know we have Zarya. I have the Zarya ult on me, so I'm like, I can ult and hold on a little bit longer. Now I won't have the Rhine shield, but I do have extra armor. So I get 2 kills right now. My team ends up surviving here for the most part, thanks to the charge. We lost 2, we killed 2. The Hanzo ends up surviving. I mean, getting res. But here's the funny part. Here's the funny part that I find here. The Hanzo does what I mostly did throughout the most of it. He gets super aggressive. He could have killed me just as much behind the line of sight of his tanks. Like, he could have done it, but instead he decides to tunnel focus me really, really bad. He's so dead focused on killing me that he loses sight of me, and then he gets punished. So he basically wastes the Mercy res, making it back on a 2v1. I mean, back on a 4v4. So, and then our Ryan kind of throws away his ult right there, but it was a nice try. Like I said, I'm not here to cheat somebody else. It would have been nice if he had gone in that ult or not wasted it, but it's done is done. Now here they lose a point because Hanzo was aggressive, and if he had stayed alive, this fight would have not turned in our favor because it would have still been a 4v5. But because he got super aggressive and got punished for it, it turned like the whole map. It turned everything around. Okay, so I think we get that point. Also, because of that, we end up getting our players back in time. Well, they had a staggered DPS plus a walking back healer. Now, for this one right here, I believe I did another one. Let's fast forward this. Now here, this is the other one where I notice I make a mistake. I do the same thing. Is like the Ryan ulted earlier? Like he didn't really call it out. I believe he just ulted it because he saw an opportunity, but he missed it. I do exactly the same thing. I do an ult, but what am I getting out of value here? Draw. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, I already did it. So when I was looking at here, at the most I could probably see was the Echo and the Zarya. Only two for my most benefit. And I don't think I could see the Ryan as until it was too late, but he was right there. Now I could have waited, or two, I could have asked the Ryan to get in front of me. Because at this point, even though I only see two, they could have still counter shot. Someone could have stopped me and killed me. But I throw away my ult. I could have saved it for more aggressive time when they started fighting. But for some reason, I can't tell if I'm getting like tilted. The reason I feel like I'm getting tilted is because of this Reaper earlier on. I just don't feel like his picks were good enough majority of the round because we had Echo, and I felt like he wasn't really helping me out quite a lot. So okay, waste on his part too. Don't really, like I said, don't care as much how they waste their ults. I care more about my ults because I'm trying to actually increase my rank. So right there, I go back to help push the cart instead of going with my team. I'm not sure if that was the right play or not to help push because I wanted to get the cart further. I think it was fine that they pushed, but then this is the problem. The Reaper bails. So the Reaper bails. I don't think he calls it out. Reaper bails. Our main healer, the healer that went with him, kind of backs out too, and our Zarya super tunnel focused, and then he realizes he's not going to get as many heals and dies. So now we have a problem because now we have one huge tank that's fully gone. If she had lived through it, she would have had her ult by this round. So coming here, we would have had that ult, but it's too late now. Now here, I didn't see because I'm too tunnel focused down here, but I should have been paying attention to see where this guy is. I'm not gonna fault myself too much on that because I was too focused on the front lines, and we already lost one. Reinhardt. Now here, my only punishment that I noticed is when the fight started, I tend to hug my tankers. The other thing I could have done is backed up this way too, but I felt like I would have died regardless. Like if I would have gone this way, I still would have gotten tunnel focused by 4 players. So the best one was to come this way. But unfortunately for me, Echo was on top of me, which is just unfortunate. I don't feel like that's a bad play. This is a bad play. He jumps. I can't tell if he didn't notice, but there's no one really on the card that's worth ulting. And even if there was, we had already lost 2 players. Yeah, they devoted so many ults here. It was better if we just pocketed that ult.
Hold up now.
This will heal you.
It's high tide.
So they devote a few ults too, which is fine for trade, but yeah, we could have kept that ult. But let's get back to it. So I'm right here making pokes. For the most part, I don't find like I said, this is like the second time I watched it, so I don't really catch anything weird that I do here that's really out of order. The only thing that's out of order that I kind of notice is I get super aggressive again and I get in front of my Ryan too. Here I'm trying to like do a jump stun, but it was not beneficial. Again, I'm trying to go for some weird plays that don't benefit because even if I stunned him, he's gonna get bubbled. So I would just be putting myself in a bad position. So that's something I also caught. I have to be fully aware of that. But you also want to get rid of the bubble but I would still not be benefiting as much if I had tried, or if I for my attempt.
Die.
So we got the better exchange of that. That's fine.
Defense into offense.
That's fine. Let's move forward. Our Reaper gets a nice pick on our healer, which gives us a big advantage. We get the point. So right here is another weird one. We have to push the point. Everybody's pushing up except for me because of course we're trying to get the objective. I think the problem here is that all three of them got stunned at the exact same time, which is unfortunate. But we're overextending. We are super pushing into a team that is fully HP for the most part. Yeah, they're fully HP, and we're not benefiting. Now we get destroyed because they hard pushed in, and then I moved to the side. And I think also what bothered me a little bit is that they're playing really tightly together, and Reaper is really good at if he can get behind the lines or dig in somewhere, but they have a really solid comp to deal with him. So I think that was also tilting me to a degree.
It's high noon.
So that's more. So I use an alt. So my mindset right here was I use an alt because I wanted to get this whole line of space for my team. I wanted my team to have a regroup positioning. So I ult so my whole team can line up. What I didn't know was that McCree was up there. But my concept was I'll ult and I'll push everybody back so my team can regroup going forward instead of being punished for being right here. So unfortunately the McCree ults and he gets me. Yep. So they kill. So I think at this point I switch off to Soldier because I just felt like I wasn't getting enough heals, or the heals were having a hard time with everything that was going on. So I pick Soldier. I go to the opposite side to position myself to see if I can get some DPS going. Of course, with Soldier I can dash, so I was able to. Of course, I go run across the side. Look, I even get around faster before my team can even come around the corner. So I don't see that as a loss. And by doing so, I did spot Echo, but I did make a mistake here that I noticed. So the mistake was that I fired first instead of rocketing. Now, if this was like a really sharpened Echo, I couldn't tell if she was doing something else or he was doing something else. But if this Echo was more aware, the minute I shot fired, he would have zoomed away and I would have missed my opportunity for the kill. What I should have done is rocket and then fire. That way I would have gone in that quick burst plus hit. By the time that player reacted, it would have been too late. But luckily for me, he still didn't react fast enough. So I was able to still get the pick. That was lucky for me. But I did tell myself in my head, like, dude, if I had fire and he was fully sharpened, that rocket would have never hit him. That rocket would have never made it. But I got pretty lucky with that. So here we push forward. So right here, I don't get shattered, but I get put into the grab. Now, I watched this replay, like I said, the second time. What I could have done is, yeah, I could have fought from this angle and shot from here, which from this distance, I still would have been hit by the hammer for the most part. But at the same time, I also would not be in the grab. Now, if I got here, I could have still provide DPS to my tanks. But I think what I was trying to do is do DPS damage to the back. Problem is, I was just right here in front of everybody. What I could have done is be more back here, or if I could have rushed it around and got from right here. But I got cover, I could have shoot, I could have been an annoyance. But I chose out of these two locations, I chose this location, which is not that great, because even if I poked out here and try to get damage, they would all focus me down because I'm literally right here. I could have gotten the same amount of tank help from right here or from the other side, away from them. So I'm starting to notice that most of my death are because for some reason I tend to be next to my tanks, which is fine being behind your tanks for damage, but it's really bad when you're like so close that you're getting ulted by whatever they're getting ulted from. So that was my fault right there.
30 seconds remaining.
And then what else? Echo's gonna be behind us again. I also should try to notice that they're always trying to flank us. I noticed that. They always try to flank. Always. There's not one time they didn't try to flank, I believe.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Reinhardt.
It's high time.
And here the fight breaks loose. Now it's still debatable, but I could have helped my team kill this guy and help our team survive. Now, even if I focused her down at this point right away, I don't think I would have stopped the ult. Which sucks. And if I had killed this version of the Ryan, we would still have to deal with Echo. So we did focus the other Ryan because when he dies, he doesn't come back. So at least in my head, that was a mindset. I'm not sure if you want to debate that, or if I should have gone for the Echo first. That's, I don't know. Like I said, I'm in Diamond. I'm not Masters or Grandmasters. I want to hear what you guys think on the comments below. If I should have gone for the Echo version first instead of the Ryan. But we throw a grab, but we didn't benefit from the grab. It would have been cool if we had saved the grab, or gotten her, but now we're at a big disadvantage. So I ult because it's the last. We're very desperate, but the problem is that we have no tank. So we have no tank for shield, and in that Ryan is definitely charged. He has. There we go. We get punished. There's nothing I can do. Even if I had gone back here to fire, I still would have got punished. If I had gone over here to fight, maybe still ideally, but still not great. I just felt like at this point we were just in overtime, so anything we could have got. So unfortunately there, I don't feel like the outcome would have changed there, at least in that part. Just because we lost our defensive shield.
Round 1. Complete.
So that's round 1. That's over. Let's go to round 2.
Ready for battle.
And we're almost getting here. Now here I was tilting a little bit too because I know they would have an echo. They've had an echo the entire game. Like they've had echo and a hit scanner the entire game. And I guess I was starting to tilt a little myself because we got a Junkrat. We had a Junkrat and a Reaper. Meaning I'm not getting help from my partner in terms of like dealing with the echo. And it was kind of rough because they had the boosted echo. So it makes it kind of frustrating because it just puts a lot more pressure on me as a solar DPSer, and the rest of my team, we had an Ana, but the Ana should not be prioritizing too much on helping me. You should prioritize helping now, healing everybody else. At least that's what my mindset is throughout this round.
My barrier is destroyed.
Now right here, I hope the monkey fight and I take this bottom position. I'm not sure why I didn't keep the high ground on this one. I think at the time, oh yeah, they had the Widow. So they swapped, they had a Widow. I saw Widow fire. So I didn't want to contest the Widow plus the Echo Mercy combo up in the open. So I decided to come down here and do line out of sight to help my tanks. And that was my mindset. Don't fight the Widow on a 1v1. Help my teammates, and so far we're doing good. So we do good. Right here, I did notice. Right. Let me slow it down a little bit and let me go back a little bit. Right here, it's not a big. There's no punishment here, but here I go around in a circle. I go around from right here to drop a heal bomb on my tank that's fully HP, and then I go all the way around. The problem there that I have is that I'm wasting time going around this circle. This whole circle right here, what I could have done is I could have just stayed here behind the shield, kept poking damage, and gotten my ult up. I could have had my ult probably like 85, 87 by now.
Lifting off.
So I back up. I back up because the Echo's above me and I don't want to get one shot. So I back up and try to shoot the Echo or try to put pressure. And then the Widow, because of that, the Widow takes advantage and tries to get the position. But luckily we poke her damage. She has to come down. And here I believe I ult. So I ult here to take rid of the Echo, and I also ult to put pressure on the enemy team, because we're losing we're losing a lot of space. We're losing a lot of pressure. We've been pressured. We've been pressured out of our space, so I also put pressure back so we can take back our space. Now, right here is perfect. I believe our DPS swap. The enemy DPS swap right after this fight, I believe, or close to this fight. So I go for the
Flight routine activated.
Okay, so here's the thing. The echo is really low. I tunnel focus the echo right here. Now look at this. I overextend to try to get the echo kill. And the truth is I'm going to get the kill. But look at me. If I didn't get that kill and both these two people decide to go on me, I would die here. I would 100% die here. Now lucky for me, the monkey ulted and Reaper and Junkrat. But if they had not ulted, or if he ulted but not had to come my way, I would have extended to the enemy team and I would have gotten punished. So I got pretty lucky there. I dropped the heal bomb because I don't know what HP the monkey's at. I'm too busy shooting. I just want to make sure everybody around me is getting heals for whatever. Cool, we benefit right there. Now, right there, the both DPS swap already. Both DPS swap. I don't watch the feed, and I still believe that they're in their DPS, but I do see the Reaper at some point, or I miss seeing him. Nope. I can't tell if I barely miss seeing him. Let me see. I'm going to say with the most part, I probably was so focused on the Zarya, I didn't see the Reaper go through. The problem is I didn't see the soldier change, and this is my problem right here. Because I've been playing so good right here throughout the whole match, I did not see him punish me. And this is the problem. I stay in this position for way too long, way too super long, because it's benefited me so much that this DPSer has realized that, dude, this guy is constantly right here not getting punished at all. Never being punished, never. So he actually goes with the mindset of actually fighting me there so quickly, and I get punished. Now, I should know better, and I think a lot of people make this mistake. People, if you're doing really, really good at for like a long period of time, they tend to stay focused and stay stuck in one place. And then if you stay there long enough, the enemy team finally gets annoyed and they go for you, right? So my problem is that I did that thing. I stayed in one position very too long, regardless it was benefiting. Because now look at this. After I died, both parties used a bunch of ults. And we end up losing. We end up losing that point. Now imagine if I had survived and I had changed positions. If I had been paying closer attention. I know it was a last minute swap, so I probably wouldn't see it coming. But if I had changed positions and I had changed my mindset, I'd be up there. I don't think this would have happened the way they wanted. I would still probably have stopped that or made it more of a 50-50. Because I got too comfortable with my position right there. I ended up dying. So let me see. What was the other problem? So the other problem we're having here is that
Objective lost.
me.
Stop the payload.
So I didn't know this, but I had full plans to come up here and to flank because I like flanking. I always flank from this, and it always seems to benefit my team when I do it. But what I didn't notice was a Junkrat was gonna flank too. Now I already committed. And what I should have done was decommit, like just come down here and help my team, because the both of us being up here and running to this spot means that our team is basically 4v4ing, I guess, or 4v5, because I wasn't fully aware what everybody was at. We basically just let them 4v whatever random number, and then we're both up here. We're both up here, and we didn't get nothing. That was frustrating. We both didn't get nothing. We're both looking at a Mercy push the payload, and then my team is getting destroyed, while me and the other DPS are basically not committing or obtaining any actual damage to benefit our team. And then I get killed. Our Junkrat just backs out. Our Junkrat has ult, so what he could do right now is he could ult and stagger them at some point. He could literally ult and stagger. I go Bastion to counter their Bastion. Now, right here, the enemy team is pushed up. If he ults right here, he could get them. He could get any number of people. But he chooses to hold on to his ult. I'm trying to get in position. The soldier punishes because he knows that high ground is important. He takes high ground away from the Junkrat. And then this puts me in a bad position. Because now the soldier has full advantage of me, who's focused down helping the bottom team. Now, what I could have done here was position myself down here. Or I could have positioned myself down more over here and then focus him down. But instead I put myself in a position right here and I could barely see the soldier. This is a really bad position, especially when they had high ground. I can't remember if I was aware if he had high ground or if I did notice that my Junkrat died to him. But again, the reason I died is because poor position. I could have been over here, but then I probably would have not gotten a shield, but I would be able to contest this. So I guess the best part would have been right here. I think this would have been a better spot because I got protection from this thing, I got protection from my second tank, and I get a full-on visual. So this would have been a better position. And then the point of putting myself right here is that I can also get deflanked. At least when I'm over here, I can practice. If anybody wants to dive me, they have to go through everything else. So that's poor positioning me right here, regardless of what hero I pick. The soldier has free range. He has the best position out of everybody, and then their Bastion cleans up. And my Junkrat's still holding on to his ult up to. So he's been holding on to this point all through second point, meaning that if he probably would have used it, he probably would have been on his next ult. So he's definitely holding on to his ult. My team kind of flamed him, or they kind of noticed that he wasn't really in the rank that he should have been. But like I said, I'm critiquing him too much. I'm just gonna back off. So I get Bastion here. Okay. So this is the kind of like the weird part, because right here he ults to kill the Bastion, but if he had waited a little bit longer, he probably could have saved his ult for another team fight, because I got the most important player myself. Now I wasn't aware I was going to get him. I got lucky because Orion wasn't defending him, and then we committed to the ult. So that was great on our part. Kind of sucks. We could have used that ult for another fight, or if he had gotten the fight first, the ult first, it wouldn't matter to me. I just think that was an unfortunate ult. It wasn't really a beneficial, because we were already going to win that fight now that Bastion had died really quickly. So here's another part. I should have realized that we had no real tank. And again, look how close I am to him. I'm so focused on just trying to kill him that I didn't take into account that he will have ult. And look how close I am to his ult. If I had stand more to the back corner or try to make him more to the back corner, I would have lived.
I've got you in my sights.
I would have lived and I would have been able to do more. Now here I try to position myself where they could come through here and I could kill them one by one. She tries to 1v1 me. I almost killed the soldier. If I had killed the soldier, I would have turned that at least to a decent amount into our favor. But I didn't get it off. And then we pretty much lose here.
Victory.
So, a lot of the parts that I felt like we lost, of course everybody did a lot wrong, but like I said, critiquing mostly myself. Now, if I had moved from my soldier spot, we probably would have held the first point. I had a better chance at the first point. We would have had a better chance on the third point if I wasn't so close or so greedy to get damage to get my ult. And position myself better. Also on the second point as well. There's a lot of times where I died because of poor ass positioning. And that's basically what this video is. If you like the video, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Please leave a comment if you guys notice I missed anything throughout the video that could better help adjust myself in positioning, or some other things that you guys notice that I should stop doing or build a bad habit of. My name is Doforce. You can find me on mixer.com/Doforce. And yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Hope to hear from you guys. And have a good day.